This is Innovation Fixation, a series featuring local inventors showcasing the future of technology in our community.
Welcome to Innovation Fixation. I'm Beth Curley, Entrepreneurship Professor at Hillsborough Community College and today's guest host. With me is Deshwana Bagley, CEO and founder of Tech Play Zone. So Desh, can you tell us a little bit about Tech Play Zone?
Tech Play Zone is a science and technology center. We operate for ages 7 to 17, and we're excited about getting kids interested in robotics and 3D printing, app inventing, programming, and science at a very young age.
Oh, wow, that sounds so exciting. So how did this idea originate? What got you started?
I have a computer science degree from the University of South Florida. I also have 5 kids. And at the time, my oldest was 9 years old. And he wasn't as excited about science as I hoped he would be. And I was looking for an opportunity to not only excite my kids about science and technology, but also excite other kids. And I wanted to use my computer science degree and still be at home with the kids. So my entrepreneurial spirit kicked in,
Yeah.
And I had the idea of starting an after-school program and a summer camp where we could expose kids to the fun sides of science, as well as engage them in some of those complex topics that they wouldn't readily understand. So we began to use robots and snap circuits and dissections of squid and eyeballs to really talk about some of the cool topics that exist in science and the world around them.
Oh, that sounds so exciting. So in the early stages, I mean, was there any key partners that you had for your company? I would imagine that maybe the school system or someone like that. How did it all get rolling along?
That's a great question, Beth. In the very beginning, Tech Play Zone went to the Small Business Development Center right there in Channelside, and we met with some great mentors. Daniel James was one of them, and he helped us to really assess the market to see if there were enough students to keep our business profitable. And then we wrote a small grant for the school district of Hillsborough County, in which we would go to the students after school and bring our robots and have a great time with them. Once we saw how well the students at Edison Elementary, actually 10 years ago, once we saw how well Edison students were doing, we thought, well, perhaps we should open this up for other students in the Brandon community. I'm going to be a little politically incorrect here. As much as we need minority students and girls to be involved in science, technology, engineering, and math, in America, we really need all students. And we discovered that white males, black males, white females, black females, all of them needed more access to hands-on STEM. So we started Tech Play Zone with that in mind, that we wanted to give all kids an opportunity to engage in math and science on a higher level than they were getting in school, but also in an exciting hands-on way.
It sounds like you are so committed to this cause, and it's such a positive, awesome thing that you and your company are doing. And you kind of touched on this a little bit, but I'm curious to know about the ways that you can expand. I mean, it sounds like it might even be something that could be franchised. So what are the next steps for Tech Play Zone? Do you have a plan for the future?
So in the beginning, we actually had a facility where students would come and we would pay rent and had all sorts of huge expenses. We discovered about 5 years ago that it was much better to be mobile. So that was one change that we've made within the past 5 years. Tech Play Zone is now mobile, and our staff and facilitators will take our equipment to whatever facility would request us. So we've been to Boy Scout meetings and Girl Scout meetings, we've gone to churches, we've been inside schools, and so we offer our programs there. We are excited about the fact that Tech Play Zone does have a model that is franchisable. We haven't quite looked at that, but it is something that we're excited about, because here's what's happened, Beth. Whereas 10 years ago we were on the cutting edge, now Tech Play Zone types of activities are more commonplace. You hear the verbiage about STEM pretty much everywhere you go. However, we've discovered that there are some parents and teachers who don't quite believe that a 5-year-old can program. but I'm here to tell you they can.
Yes.
They can.
Well, why don't you tell us about that, or even any other story that you can think of, something that that you've seen, a story that you can share about Tech Play Zone and how the children interact?
Remember, well, you may not remember, I may be dating myself here, the Dick and Jane books that we received as first graders.
Right.
Those were our primary readers in the beginning. If you were to look at a first grader now and hand them a Dick and Jane book, Go Spot Go, see Dick Run, they would probably laugh at us. First graders have advanced far beyond what we were when we were their ages. And the same thing happens with technology. I have students that are looking at the various platforms that are made available by Carnegie Mellon and MIT with a specific focus on younger learners. And these platforms will allow the students to program using drag and drop technology. So although the student may not be reading at a higher level, the pictures are so that the student can drag the block and have the robot perform just based on what the picture looks like. And really that's all programming is. Programming is looking at a set of conditions and having a machine do certain behaviors. So if a student understands the logic behind conditions and behaviors, then in essence, they're programmers. And that's how we start.
Wow, that's really exciting. I'm curious to know as well about, this seems like a company that is growing and you're serving a lot of students, and it can't just be you. Is it just you, or do you have other people or partners on board?
I work at HTC full time. So Tech Play Zone is actually run by our staff members. We have directors, we have managers, and I am not the one who's there day to day. I'm the visionary behind it, but we actually have really great staff that run the program.
So do you have a key partnership with HCC? Is there some way that HCC is involved?
I work as the outreach manager for FLATE. FLATE is a National Science Foundation funded grant program. And because of our success with Tech Play Zone, I was brought on board as the outreach manager for FLATE. What Tech Play Zone does is we serve, let's say, kids from ages 7 to 14, and then FLATE picks it up from there. And FLATE offers robotic summer camps and professional development for teachers. Tech Play Zone's relationship with HCC is because we have a common goal of providing STEM for students.
So one last thing, if people are interested in learning more, how can they contact you?
Parents can contact us by visiting techplayzone.com. Check us out on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. We love to have more families engaged.
Deja, it was such a pleasure having you here today. It sounds like a fantastic, fantastic company, and glad to see that you're getting children involved.
Thank you, Beth.
Stay tuned for more Innovation Fixation.
Creating a corporate video is the fastest way to deliver any message online about your business. Many companies are now switching their primary marketing focus to online video-based strategies, and as such are seeing a much higher return on investment. Video sharing sites like Vimeo or YouTube have the potential to get your videos seen by millions of viewers, simply because videos hosted on these sites are shareable. A corporate video can be the gift that keeps on giving, as it can be used in a multitude of different ways. The video can double as a brand awareness tool. The video also can be repurposed or cut down to a promotional style. With an experienced, creative, and award-winning staff, TBCN is the right choice for all your video and audio production needs. To learn about how we can help you expand or refine your business through the use of video, call us at 813-977-5200 and visit us at tbcn.org.
Welcome to Innovation Fixation. I'm Beth Curley, Professor of Entrepreneurship at Hillsborough Community College and your guest host. Today with me is Nolan Perkins, co-founder and product developer at Fittr. So Nolan, tell us a little bit about Fittr.
So yeah, Fittr is a fitness app that takes into account the user's goals, what equipment they have access to, and the time that they have available to work out. From there, the engine takes in all of the data points that the user receives, and then we figure out what worked out best for you today. And then we try to test those out tomorrow.
How would you describe what what problem this particular app solves.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think it's obvious it's a fitness app, but is there anything beyond that, like the real problem that this one solves in comparison to maybe other apps out there?
Yeah, so what we saw was that there wasn't enough direction based on the data. You know, for a lot of apps out there nowadays, there's a lot of like personal trainers in the app, but you know that's too costly for us. So with our engine, it really handles all of the finer points of what's working actually, so that you can get a really efficient workout instead of just go run for a little bit, you know.
How was the idea conceived? Where did it originate from?
Yeah, so we were basically like just working together on like apps and stuff like that for clients, and then we got this idea for a fitness app that would take in what equipment you have access to and give you a workout, and then just kind of fell into more and more features of look at what these people need, let's make it, you know.
So you said we, so I assume there must be a team behind Fittr. Can
Yep.
you tell us a little bit about the team maybe?
Yeah, so it's me, I'm the product manager. My brother, he's the fitness guy and the personal trainer and the business kind of guy. We also have one of my best friends. He's our developer, and he's a real genius. But and then also his girlfriend does our marketing, and so.
Oh wow, kind of a family affair you have going on there at Fittr.
We actually live together in the same house. We're pulling a reality TV show, as somebody said earlier.
That's great. So how do you see Fittr expanding? What maybe are the next steps for your company?
Yeah, one of our big move-ins right now is we're trying to go into a little bit more enterprise focus, where we sell to businesses to be able to offer their employees access to the Fittr service, as well as handling their initiatives and all of that stuff that goes along with like 5Ks and stuff like that. So.
Oh, that sounds really exciting. I know that Tampa has really become, I don't know, kind of a tech type of community. Can you tell us kind of how you feel that you fit in with it, and maybe how it has helped you, the different community partners and so forth? Is there anybody that really stands out to you?
Yeah, we're actually a member of the Tampa Bay Wave Accelerator. We've been in there for about a little over a year, I think. Yeah, they've really helped us out a lot to introduce us to some connections and stuff. Actually, one of our big enterprise customers who we're talking to right now, we're about to close it hopefully, but they actually came from a Wave demo day that we did. It was for investors, and then the guy came up, hey, we need something like that. So, and it was like, wow, let's go do this for them. So that was a big help for us.
It's really exciting, and it's so great to hear that there's companies locally that are doing well, and that there's great resources from our county on up that are really supporting these organizations. Can you tell us a little bit about the app and maybe some of the different functions and features that are included in it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so a big problem obviously in working out in general is motivation. So we've had to do a lot of things to be able to keep people working out. One of our big ones is a social accountability tool where you can sign up with Facebook or Twitter, and then you pledge that I'm going to work out this many days a week, and if you don't make it, it'll post on your wall saying, hey, Nolan didn't do his workout or 2 of his workouts this week.
So public shaming for exercise.
It actually, when we were testing it, we put it out there for one of our team members, and within an hour she had like 20 comments on it, all like jamming her up about like all the things that, oh, you missed your workout. So it's kind of funny. But yeah.
Oh, that's really great, because I know personally I've used some apps myself, and that accountability feature does really differentiate you maybe from some other fitness apps that are available. That's really terrific. Do you have any success stories? Is there any clients or people that have downloaded it that said, wow, this has really changed my life? Or during your testing phase, you mentioned that the one young lady?
Nothing full out yet, but there's a lot of people working out on it. About a year ago, we were on Yahoo, and we got a big influx of users in that. And since then, we've just been kind of tracking all the data that they're doing. Nothing like, hey, look at this before and after yet, but hopefully soon we will be getting some more of this. So.
Is there any final thoughts or anything that you can think of that you would want people to know about you and your company?
I don't know. No,
Where do they go? Where can they go to find you and download you?
Yeah, so they can download it off the App Store right now. So you guys can download it off the App Store right now. We're about to launch our version 2.0, which is going to have a lot of really cool features and be more accessible for people to be able to work out on it. Also, on our website, it's Fittr without the E, FITTR.com, and from there you can find a lot of information about us.
How much would it be to do an app download for an individual?
Right now, the current version that's out is a pay monthly subscription. It's free to download, but it's $8 a month to pay to be able to work out on it. We're about to open up our 2.0, which is going to have it available for free as with ad support, and all the features that are currently out right now will be free. We're introducing long-term plans, which is like 8, 10, and 12-week workout plans to be able to get to a certain goal. And in that, those are $30 to $40 flat fee. So,
very good. Nolan, it was great having you here with us today, and very, very fascinating. I think I might have to go to the App Store and download something this afternoon.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Awesome, thanks a lot.
Stay tuned for more Innovation Fixation.
Creating a corporate video is the fastest way to deliver any message online about your business. Many companies are now switching their primary marketing focus to online video-based strategies, and as such are seeing a much higher return on investment. Video sharing sites like Vimeo or YouTube have the potential to get your videos seen by millions of viewers, simply because videos hosted on these sites are shareable. A corporate video can be the gift that keeps on giving, as it can be used in a multitude of different ways. The video can double as a brand awareness tool. The video also can be repurposed or cut down to a promotional style. With an experienced, creative, and award-winning staff, TBCN is the right choice for all your video and audio production needs. To learn about how we can help you expand or refine your business through the use of video, call us at 813-977-5200 and visit us at tbcn.org.
Welcome to Innovation Fixation. I'm Beth Curley, Entrepreneurship Professor at Hillsborough Community College and your guest host. Today's guest is Ed Gorski, co-founder of Clearly Agile Solutions. So Ed, can you tell us a little bit about your company?
Sure, we are a custom software development shop. We do Agile coaching, and we're also releasing a product called Site Tracker in the next couple months. We're located in the Tampa Bay area, and collectively, the other founders and myself, we've had decades of experience working with IT right here in Tampa Bay.
What does everybody bring to the company?
Well, I moved down here in 2001. I have a computer science degree from Allegheny College, and I grew up in New York. But came down to Tampa because, I mean, who wouldn't want to live in a place that everybody vacations in, right? So we moved down here, and I've had a variety of work, either as an employee or a contractor or owning smaller businesses off to the side, where I got a lot of experience, and same with my partners in healthcare, education, government, even the private industry. So that's something we all wanted to bring together after seeing some of the things that we didn't like with in the industry. We wanted to bring kind of a better practices to our organization. And based on my 16 years of experience just in Tampa Bay and my co-founders as well, we wanted to bring that into Clearly Agile.
So how did you determine the need for what your solutions are? You mentioned your industry experience, of course, but what kind of made you pull the trigger on starting this business? Well,
one thing we've seen, because we have a couple of different facets to the business, and one being the custom software development, and the other being our products that we bring to the table. So the custom software developments is, we like to sit with a client, figure out what their problem is, and not dictate what they want to do, but rather kind of guide them into the solution that works best for them. I know some companies, and this is from our experience, will dictate what a client needs to do to be successful. And it's especially bad in today's culture where you've got these big high-profile apps, and everybody wants to be the next Facebook or Angry Birds or Candy Crush, But there are a lot of viable solutions that people can bring to the table that don't need, they just need direction. They don't need to be told what to do. They just need to realize, they've got a plan, it's a good plan, make some adjustments and get to the end game for them. So that's something that we've seen in other places we've worked that they didn't do a good job of doing. And that's something that we want to do. And we're invested in our client success, not just from a beginning of project to an end of project, but all the way through, get them to the App Store, get them what they need after to be successful as well.
Speaking of success, do you have any stories of clients that you've worked with that they've had any sort of success?
Absolutely. We had just finished an app for a beverage retailer. It was a liquor and alcohol type application. And the problem that they had is they started in New York, went out to San Francisco to try to get firms to develop software for them. And the problem that they ran into was that nobody wanted to help them realize their vision. They wanted to dictate what the app should be, and the client didn't like that. So they came to us. And what we ended up doing is just listening. That's it. We listened and we guided them towards a great technological solution. And they just got released to the App Store as well, and they're super happy with it. And one of the pieces that I like most about the project is the fact that they were able to get that top tier talent right here in Tampa. They didn't have to go to Silicon Valley. They didn't have to go to New York. They came right here.
Oh, that is so true. I know that the Tampa Bay community has really embraced technology and bringing tech companies here. And so can you tell us a little bit about that, what the resources have been like for you and your company, and how welcoming Tampa is for tech companies?
Absolutely. And you can see it in just the investment that's happened in the last couple of years. You see people like Jeff Vittnick that are almost redoing downtown and investing in it. And he realizes that this is a place to grow, not only culturally or a place where people want to come on vacation, but where people can start a business and have that business succeed. And I'm really excited about it because I had mentioned before, who wouldn't want to live in a place that everybody comes to vacation to?
That's so true. So do you have any expansion plans? How do you see the company growing into the future?
Well, in the end, we want to provide the custom services, but we also want to develop products. So one of the products we've developed that we're releasing in 2 months is called Site Tracker. And what Site Tracker does, it's one of those things where through consulting with various companies and working on these custom solutions, we realized that there was room for a solution to a problem. And the problem being, if you're a retailer that has a franchisee model, you've got 200 stores, you've got 52 stores, you've got 4. Your options for managing those projects and managing those franchisees is either paying hundreds of thousands of dollars for high-end, really confusing, hard-to-use software that maybe you use a tenth of, or Excel. Having one person manage an Excel spreadsheet for a retailer that had 200 locations is really ridiculous. So what we did is we saw this need and we developed our own software as a service to address that concern and not develop a super complicated application that was very expensive that didn't solve their needs. So we focused on retailers with franchisee models and help them grade sites, determine where it's best to start a project, manage their franchisee relations, manage the project, execute the project, and then manage the location after the project's done.
So Ed, tell us how people can contact you to find out more about you and your organization.
Sure. We are on the web at clearlyagilesolutions.com. And then, of course, we're on Facebook and Twitter. You can look us up on Twitter at Clearly Agile Inc.
Your company sounds fascinating, and it's great that it's part of that tech community that Tampa is really getting to be known for. Do you have any just last few comments or anything that you want the audience to know before you go?
Sure. In the end, I'm just excited about the community. There's a lot of creative and brilliant people down here. We've got great schools, we've got great culture, and great jobs. And I'm just excited that I'm able to have a business that can succeed here.
Great. It was so wonderful having you here today, and what you're doing sounds absolutely amazing.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun, Beth.
Yes,
Thank you.
very good.
If you'd like to be featured on Tampa Bay Community Network, please call 813-977-5200 or visit tbcn.org.